let's go ahead and bring out your first squad. Welcome to the stage, 100 Thieves. And of course, 100 Thieves with a new look, swapping out Boostio, bringing in Kez from Challengers. A debut for that young man on the stage here, but a great opportunity, Doug, for him to really make a name for himself with a big performance here against NRG.
Yeah, again, this is a big stage and a big match with big stakes, and much like we were talking about earlier, there's good reason to think that he's going to perform well, given what we've seen throughout the rest of the weekend. But this, I think the pressure is what feels so different here. For both of these teams, the runway's so incredibly short.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You're not afforded an off week. You're not afforded a rough map or two. Like, you can't get away with that.
Yeah, these are two teams with a lot on the line here and very little room to work with. It's going to be challenging no matter how you slice it. But let's go ahead and bring out their opponents. Welcome to the stage, NRG. And then NRG walking out without FNS here is certainly going to feel a little odd. It's odd seeing some without FNS on this roster, but it is going to be very refreshing to see this squad take to the server and Alexis really put to task the stuff that they've been working on in the middle, in between stage 1 and stage 2.
I think the expectations are definitely high for this team, and also heights high with Mata on the roster as well.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about Mata, man.
Yeah.
That dude's a beast.
No, he's incredible. Ever since the Shopify days, he has been owning, so I think that this would be a good time for him to shine and show what he's got.
I would even go as far as to say it's probably one of my favorite iterations of NRG because I feel like you have 5 really, really strong players. I mean, I'm not as familiar with Scuba, but of course I trust your analysis of it. But also, I mean, you got Sam, who's always been a reliable hand for this team. Ethan, a freaking world champion, right? Brock and Mata, like you got some talent here. Now, of course, here's your series layout. You got Bind and Sunset, and then if necessary, we'll be going to the new addition to Valorant. It's Corrode as your map 3. Alexis, what is your read on this?
Off rip, I'm looking at the Corrode, and I understand NRG's plan of attack going into it because they know 100 Thieves hasn't had a lot of time to practice, so it makes sense that they would want to pick Corrode into this team.
I'm actually really curious about the Bind because for a long time there, Bind was 100 Thieves' playground.
Yeah.
Remember, they were winning rounds when Boostio's mouse disconnected.
That's right.
Like, and they were still winning rounds, and that was their playhouse for so long. I think about the rollouts through a short with the satchel on the top box for Asuna.
Yeah.
There are so many things that they drilled so well, but again, there is a massive Boostio-sized piece that's missing from this puzzle, and it's not being replaced in an equal way. So
yeah.
I'm really curious to see what their plan is going into this map.
Yeah, I think about Asuna's raise on this map and how many times he had found so much success there. But here we go now, and we're going to get Asuna back on that trademark raise. If it's a double duelist setup, they're going to be running Cryo on the Yoru and Alexis. I mean, this very much, feels like a good play, right? You're going to run double duelist, double smoke. Seems like they're opting for the double duel.
Yeah, seems pretty classic for 100 Thieves. Asuna on the raise is absolutely disgusting, so it makes perfect sense that they would want to go that route.
Oh, but on the other side here, instead, you end up going with double controller out of this one, and you have Mata on the raise. Doug, are you looking forward to seeing anything here on the NRG side?
Yeah, I think Mata's raise is very quickly kind of taking North America by storm, and we know what the value is in that. I'm messing heavy with this double controller comp on Bind. I really like what they're going to try to do here.
All right, folks, well, we are locked in and ready to go, Riot Games Arena. So let's go ahead and send it over to your casters. Make some noise for the always measured and calm Bren and Sideshow.
So calm, so measured, always, of course, yeah. And this is an interesting to really start with, I think. This matchup here, 100 Thieves versus NRG. You've got two teams that are kind of going on the same trajectory. They've kind of just decided to throw anything to the wall, really, and see if anything will stick to get them into champs. They've really got to go on a run. But the trouble is the timing is different between the two teams.
It's very different. NRG planned this roster move out quite a way in advance. Right at the end of stage 1, Finesse goes out, Scuba's brought in, and there's the coaching shift as well. And so they've utilized that offseason to get some reps. 100 Thieves are the opposite, really.
Yeah, it's time for that Samson match. Start, load up fast with Samson SSDs as we get started into the pistol round, and we're looking at a Bind opening here in this series. 100 Thieves' choice.
Away.
Yeah, this is aggro as anything. They're trying to skirmish nice and early. Just 4 players just trying to at least see if they can do a bit more damage than the nade was tossed in and eventually conceding that space.
No fast reaction from NRG down short. That's what you would expect the call to be, which is exactly why Xander was there ready for it. But Scuba chose the less variable option and just held that space. And now I think 100 Thieves were expecting a fast reaction and they don't quite know how to spread the defense. Mada prodding towards Hookah, but the main body of NRG is still working their way slowly down.
And he's got to be the lone player to try and hold them back. It's a good first shot from him. Still more players creeping up past that line, and doubt creeping into the back of the minds, potentially these 100 Thieves players, but they could take a timing and take it well, potentially there, but the smokes will drop down, and with damage done to Som, Plant, gonna be stuck. Ethan, acknowledgement there, but Som is just catching a bullet to the dome. EU finding it. Leaves it just down to Ethan and Mada. Mada's just absolutely nowhere near. Ethan's trying to make a play, trying to hold on for anything. This is a flag that needs to occur on a timely manner, but Mada has got to walk from this point on. It's cautious. 100 Thieves don't want to overextend. And here's the backstab. Mada just trying to lurk from behind. He can't get it with the easy shots. 100 Thieves, they double up and they dismiss entirely. It's a pistol round. It goes their way.
Much more proactive from 100 Thieves, defining the tempo right from the off with that push down into Fountain. And NRG missed some really crucial opportunities to accelerate. Ended up going for a pretty telegraphed play down short behind the Viper wall. And Mada was essentially AFK that round. I mean, he was over in Hookah playing a single player game.
The timing was way off.
A great start for 100 Thieves. And you mentioned it slightly just before we got going. It's 100 Thieves map pick, and in every sense it's 100 Thieves map pick. If you think about the most historic map that you associate with this team,
always be picking Bind.
It's always Bind. When they were, you know, winning in Americas, it was because they were the best team arguably in the world on this map. They've changed up their composition since then, but I like the comp they're running. Yeah. With Astra and Cryo and Double Duelist, no qualms with that. But look at the maps they've chosen to go for, Bind and Corrode. Both of the new maps in the pool when they have like no time with practice for this team.
And I think it kind of makes sense. If you're 100 Thieves, you think from their perspective, how do we get a win against an NRG? They've been playing with their roster now for much longer than they have when they're making a change like removing and putting Boosty on the bench. Honestly, you need wildcard picks. You've got to go to maps where you know your opponents are not going to be as prepped on.
Yeah.
And so I think that might be the thought process going for 100 Thieves. It's their best chance of victory.
The great equalizer, sure. Bind and Corrode, where NRG also don't have very much practice.
And, yeah, he's just going to step up to that one. He's not going to let Som get away with it.
Poison's off.
100 Thieves, with their previous composition, were very re-clear heavy on their defense side. But that was when they were running double initiator. I think you can still do it with double duelist. Cryo, with his flashes, can get pretty active. And so NRG might opt for a slower pace, trying to bait out those reactions and punish them. This round, of course.
Yeah, you try and go towards that one with a couple of pistols in hand. Kess is going to be meeting you judge in hand, but doesn't anticipate that Scuba was already there. But Scuba is isolated, alone.
He might be a menace with this shotgun, but I don't see how he's ever going to get out of this.
How the hell do you even get out?
It's just about damage done. I think 100 Thieves have no reason to close the gap.
Yeah.
Keep as far away as possible.
We have 4 players surviving as well for 100 Thieves. Should be relatively healthy.
Yeah. The economy's looking good. They can go into a bonus round. And it was Ethan talking about it just before this match began. You heard him in an interview piece saying 100 Thieves always have some kind of, I don't know if he called it cheese or if he used that term, but some kind of set idea, some interesting...
I mean, we saw it on the pistol, didn't we?
Yeah, composition or set play that they can throw out that will catch you off guard.
Yeah.
And he said they'll be ready for it, but it's rounds like this where you have to be ready.
Over the top there. Triple face-up as well. Players are swinging. Contest over that showers control. Deep overhead with the knife. 100 Thieves give up the space. Point for another layer of things.
Giving up the space, but also paying attention now to short. Looking for the other half of the push. They know that it's not going to be all 5 through showers. And Asuna, in the meantime, is holding a pretty aggressive position over towards Hookah, right? He's on a line where he's getting good information. They're jiggle peeking over towards B long as well. So they're pretty confident that this 3-player stack should stay on A.
Supported flash overhead. A lot of utility, they're just pumping over towards A, trying to keep these 100 Thieves players tethered. NRG, left wondering where to actually go from this point.
Kess with only 1 smoke left. New role for him too. An initiator most of the time. We expected him to be coming out playing initiator, sentinel. He's starting on smokes.
Yeah. It's fake pressure by NRG to try 4 players over towards B. That's a hell of a shot. With Asuna dropped, surely 100 Thieves feel a little bit weakened, but they're not budging. Still sticking over towards the A site.
That's the final smoke from Kess. Nothing for the retake.
30 seconds left. Time's running out. He's going to try and pop through now with the flash forwards. Ethan wants to take matters into his own hands up towards bench. It's a nade at your feet, and the light and the highlight really just lights up most of the players. Rifles. Ajar with a movement. NRG. Time was running short, but they make the most of it.
Very patient. Ethan already showcasing that his calling style's probably going to be pretty slow and controlled, which is all well and good. We saw him last year, though, calling some slow and kind of out-of-control rounds. I think, though, this year should be better from Ethan's calling. And the reason that I'm more confident is because of this guy, because of Som. Ethan, when he was calling last year, didn't have Som in the team. Finesse and Som both joined at the same time, and then Finesse took over the reins. But Som is really vocal. From the bits that we've been able to hear, extremely valuable to a caller to have somebody like that on the team. So 100 Thieves do a sum total of 0 damage to NRG's economy on that bonus. And I do think it's worth paying attention to the Brim smokes. I know that's a little bit of a boring detail maybe to mention, but a lot of defensive Brims are going to be putting a smoke down to apply pressure to the plant. Kess used all 3 of them over towards short, and then they weren't even actually able to play in front of the attacker's smokes and make use of it anyway. So just something to keep an eye on.
4 players of NRG looking over towards B for this one. Asner might be able to take a little bit of a fight here again. A lot of bodies looking to try and take it. Wide swings out, just with the stimmies, and the guns in hand. NRG are the ones coming up on top.
Well, that might be round over already. Nade, Molly into the back, just in case there was anybody fast. As long as Scuba doesn't die.
Scuba peeking up on towards it. Yeah, he realizes
Play your life.
Play your life, back away, snake bite. Make sure that you just get the hell out of there. Do not give any ins for 100 Thieves.
And the goal as well for NRG is to actually try to find these players and take guns out of their hands. But if you die too early, you might give 100 Thieves a chance back in this. So run a little bit of time off the clock and then go chasing.
Scuba just trying to be as smart as possible. A lot of hype around this guy. Long time coming is what a lot of people have been saying.
Absolutely. I think he's a great player.
Yeah.
And he's been around for a long time. He really has. One of those players that's been knocking on the door of Tier 1 for ages, and it feels weird that he hasn't had his chance already. But I suppose you could have said the same about Brock when he was coming into NRG too. There's one of the disadvantages of the way that 100 Thieves likes to play. If you go for those early brawls and you try to get aggressive, and you meet the NRG stack, it can be over in the blink of an eye. It won't always go the way of NRG. You know, a big team fight like that can sometimes go in 100 Thieves' favor, but this time, a roll of the dice, and it's left with them reeling.
There's a semblance of a buy being put together by 100 Thieves. It's not great, but they do have some rifles, at least, to maybe do something. But for now, NRG steadily winning out the gunfights, winning out these rounds. Matter's just going to be heavy prio over towards Showers. Look at that. Just taking it alone. He's got no backup when he does that, but...
Showers crunch.
Showers crunch, yeah, they hear that pressure, and then they see the player. There it is. Just jump onto the chance. Straight through that TP, maybe looking for a bit more gun upgrade obtained, and here's the reaction. NRG making moves over towards B. A scurry with a footstep, that's going to be heard across the board. 100 Thieves are not ready to supplement and help out Xander. Xander's got to do it all alone now. Back against the wall, feeling that pressure. Mounting on top of him there with the rifle. Ethan finally gets control of it. Situation handled. The players are going to start to flood into this one potentially fast. 100 Thieves already forwards, taken up towards back halls.
Asuna one away from the showstopper in this situation too. Player advantage. Pretty sizable here for 100 Thieves, even more so now.
Yeah, Scuba going down. 100 Thieves are slowly whittling away and trying to get that advantage. The season's good with a connection, but Brock is that last one left against 3 players. Unknowns circling around him yet. Didn't really know where the action was coming from with all those sound cues cut away. So 100 Thieves showing signs of life. They're not just going to be winning the pistol and be done with it.
Yeah, pretty good value there from Xander to just get his one and slow things down, but it's this shower crunch that really makes the difference. Oh, what a kill onto Scuba. The wall bang. Might as well go for that kind of stuff. See if you can get some free damage done. But 100 Thieves are super comfortable on this map, even though they haven't had as much practice with this team. Still putting together plays like that to punish Mada as he goes for the orb. Currently sat at 0 kills, which explains the difference between the ults. Asuna up to the showstopper now. And 100 Thieves with some large tools to work with. Not the kind of round where you want to be doing something fast off barrier, I think, on the defense.
Flash Stimmy, a bit of pressure over towards B. And now NRG make their way towards A. That's the benefit of the Yoru, though, is that Cryo can be almost everywhere at once. Nightfall scatters onto the one side, Knife on the other, so that's going to be partitioning up the site. EU trying to hold this one towards the back of it. At least that Shower's control, looking for control forwards. A few stray shots battered forwards again. There's no real issue here. Kess is just dominating the angles out towards it. Players moving in front of him though. Shotguns does not do the job. Showstopper over the top. It's chaos. Anarchy. 100 Thieves trying to thrive, but Brock and Scuba persevere.
Very resilient from Brock and Scuba there. Felt like they were going into the meat grinder. Kess caught a timing. Scuba came through, I think has secured the round. Xander worried because he hasn't had the plant go down that they're going to be ending B, and now he's actually got the timing, he's got the read.
May have just cooked them here. All up into their faces. They're going to be jumping straight into the maw. Straight into the maw. Xander has brought it to that 1v1. Spraying them down. 1 bullet left. Has to commit to the reload now. He's put a stop to it. Spike picked up though. And Scuba's going to be making another run and another go of things over towards A.
It's a nice rotate. Xander really committed onto B here. He's going to be late coming back, but he's got massive health advantage. 46 on Scuba. A couple of bullets from the Phantom and he'll get taken out. But massive advantage for him in terms of positioning. He can choose wherever he likes to try to get around. Question is how confident he feels. Does he feel like Xander's got the read and is closing in on him? Taking a bit of a liberty, repositioning towards backside. Might catch Xander unaware.
They might be meeting each other head on. Game of timings. Both players questioning. Knives are out. But guns is what's going to win you the fight here. Back to the wall, into the corner. Scuba just tucked tight, but the barrel points out and betrays Scuba. It's another round to add up to the tally, and Xander, very cerebral play from him.
Much slower than Scuba was expecting.
Yeah.
Scuba's got the read that he's coming on the flank there because he figures, well, if Xander was rotating through spawn, he'd already be here by now. And so that position might look a little silly. Does get Xander an easy kill. Secures him an important 1v1 in a round where it looked like 100 Thieves had taken it. Oh, sorry. Pardon me. It looked like NRG had taken it. These couple of kills from Brock and Scuba. But Xander really smart, realizing that the plant hadn't gone through on A and putting himself in a spot to be able to defend B. Red Bull clutch.
That's nice work. It's forced the timeout out of NRG. Because at this point, yeah, you managed to wrangle it back and make it a little bit even early on, but this is a 2-round lead. They're looking to ice them out, ensure that it doesn't go any further.
First tack timeout where Bonker gets to have some input in quite a while, isn't it? Haven't seen him in the coaching booth for NRG. A very weird situation throughout this year in terms of the coach rotation. And
picked up, dropped, picked up again.
Very odd indeed. But NRG have got to hope that they've made the right decisions towards the end of this year. As the 100 Thieves, both teams taking a gamble. It is entirely possible that we'll look back on some of these roster moves and think, wow, what a disaster. But you've got to respect the thought process in the sense of you have to take a risk. When you're down so much like these teams, you need to probably make the grand finals of stage 2 to go to champs. Gotta take a risk. Gotta try.
Gotta throw anything together and see if it works out for them. As a pit held down in the palms of Xander, he's going to be letting this one loose down A short. So that's going to remove an avenue. Knife overhead. So we'll have to respect that.
Xander was actually very alone there in short. If NRG had been going for some kind of fast short pressure, could have easily been caught, but NRG are conditioning this slow pace to their game.
It's a really interesting pit. Showers control is there for now. NRG could choose to go around the pit. Just avoid it entirely as an obstacle. Alter their own. Scuba.
100 Thieves still keeping 3 players over towards A because they've got this jiggle peak for information down into Fountain. And until NRG start pushing people away from B long, this A site is going to be difficult to crack.
Time is starting to dwindle. The 50 seconds mark. NRG trying to pressure over towards B.
Bring them down.
Prowler in your face. Kessis going to layer it down with the smoke. Dodges and a knife.
But all of this is just to try to pull rotates over towards the B site. You look at these players secured in showers, and you can see what Ethan is calling here.
Yeah.
The B pressure is designed to pull players, and it hasn't. In fact,
30 seconds left.
EU now has the read. It's a fake, and there's about to be 4 players defending A.
Drifting back into the fight that's about to take place. It's going to be bloody. Bit of a skirmish to take place, and there with the decay damage. It's all done and said there with a rifle. Tipping his players down, Asuna. He steps forwards. Wants to defend this one right at the choke point, and time fully against them now. Spike irretrievable. NRG, for all that working of the map, unable to get anything going.
And the Thieves have got a complete read. And basically every one of these rounds, NRG have been hitting into the stacked site.
Do you want to dance?
I'm not sure if there's a single piece of util that they're reading that's fake.
Hey.
But there does seem to be a little bit of a lack of NRG actually scaling off the util in those situations. You saw EU and Kess read it almost immediately.
Yeah.
There was no real pressure coming towards them on B. A mid to late round timing like that, and you've got to see bodies, otherwise you're pretty confident it's not real.
100 Thieves. Money starting to build up at this point. NRG getting to the brink of it. Scrap together to buy.
Ooh, EU could get punished here.
They could too. No defense there. Prowler's going to be broken though. Xander's bit of a switch up in terms of the setup actually.
This time, bodies behind the B default, and Cryo does decide to take his gate crash.
Yeah, this could pop through here. Xander especially feeling that pressure. Blinds it up with a snake bite. Avoids any contention. And we're seeing it already. Looking to double up and maybe take that fight. A bait and switch.
The re-clear?
Yeah, re-clear. Very proactive by NRG, or by 100 Thieves, excuse me. NRG on the other side. They're just trying to creep away from the action as fast as possible.
Super proactive. And also, Scuba not being particularly proactive over here.
Smoke in your face though. Trying to brute force their way through this one now. The tempo increases, called form. What a shot by Mada. He's on the ball with that one. Still, adjustment by Kessie. Gets the one for the trade is online. And Mada built his way up to that ultimate now. Plan from Ethan. Full committal. It's the extension. 100 Thieves got to work with just 3 players now to try and make a move with the retake.
Very tough one.
Yeah.
Mada still with a showstopper. How do you get through that? Doubled up as well in lamps.
Doubled up, side by side.
Satchel out.
Satchel over. Asuna. Shorty trying to clear this one, but he is alone, just trying to take this fight out. Spots a 2. Doesn't really want any part of this one still, but time is ticking, and at some point, 100 Thieves need to make a play towards it. Tap from Cryo, forcing out the nade to fight as well, that Asuna's just not keen to give them, and he shredded the players down to barely anything, but the time again is against them. It's too slow going from 100 Thieves, and Cryo, decent go. But that's all it'll be. So I'm going down towards the tail end of it. 100 Thieves.
That is expensive though, Brent. That really is. 100 Thieves doing a ton of damage there to NRG's economy, not letting a single player escape. It's going to make a meaningful difference. One player's not going to be able to buy in the next round. Big entry though from Mada, got to be said.
Yeah.
And that's value for them. It really sped things up. Even though they technically were going into 3 defenders here on A, the speed at which they got into the site meant that none of the defenders were really in position. But let's have a look at this. I mean, Som is wondering whether to go with a Bulldog or an Outlaw. Goes for the Outlaw in the end, but there's only one player with light armor on the inside.
A lot of units are going to be sailing overhead here towards A. This is going to be pressure coming forwards and through with that knife against the wall. And a showstopper joins it. Mada just lighting him up now. Dimensional drift offloaded with that nightfall on top of it. You're picking out these players, and Kess has handed them almost a freebie. EU forwards. No sound cues. No chance at all. It's shut down. Swept away, and EU of a 4-piece is the player to do it.
You play at 100 Thieves tempo, you're playing straight into their game. Any kind of fast play like that, 100 Thieves love a scrap. They love a brawl at that kind of speed. Slightly delayed off barrier, not an instant A-pop, but pretty much. And trying to catch 100 Thieves off guard because NRG have just been going slowly, slowly, slowly every other time. And this one fails. Every ult unloaded. NRG now forced down onto an eco.
Had a well finally going dry. Fast plays again. NRG not messing around. That's a TP forwards. EU is alone doing this. Hello, there needs to be some backup. to try and at least defend that rifle from potentially being an issue. Orbital strike was even offloaded. Kess looking to try and support. He's forwards though. He needs some help. Locked out and alone. No one over towards the A site. This is 100 Thieves gearing up for a scrap. Could get messy. Whole of their team just isolated over towards this one area of the map because the spike dropped down in their laps.
They committed so heavily to this one though in the anti-eco. It's sending 2 people through the teleport, using the Brim ultimate as well. Feels a little bit like they might have lost track of NRG's economy and thought this was a rifle round. But nevertheless, it does look kind of wrapped up. Brook just playing for the ult orbs, why not?
He's got a horn, he can open the door up.
Yeah, he could do.
It's fading away. They want to take it even before that timing is allowed. Smoke dissipates. It's a flash in the face of these players. Roll's just going to send it himself. There's a rifle to really work up and play with, but he's got to do a lot from this spot. And listen, doesn't know really where they're hiding. Stimmy down. Spikes in your laps. Very realistic that there's no danger at all.
I mean, he could just stay alive and keep the gun if he wanted.
Try to. Asana's going to do the same thing, I
10
think.
seconds left.
He's running around right now. He's trying to catch him.
The round the world strat.
Yep.
Go on.
Being pre-aimed.
Is he going for
Is
it?
he going to throw through? He's got nothing for it. Just going to send it. Door opens. Cryo was sharp enough.
So in the end, a bit of a funny round, but a fairly clean one for 100 Thieves. I do think, though, they might have just lost track of the economy slightly there. Because going for a double TP play from short is pretty risky when you're the team with guns. The other has none. Especially when you consider the Brim ult being used. But fair play. Listen, they're up 7-3. 100 Thieves in the ascendancy, but now ults very much in favor of NRG. How does Ethan call around this one? Because they need this round desperately. Can't afford to let this one slip. It's time to use everything.
Big ults to use. Bit of a jump spot. Stray bullets. At the side here. And Kess is not lacking in confidence. Doubled up. 100 Thieves. I feel like this is potentially just the one, but a Nightfall. That no command is going to be emanating out, sweeping out, and these players are just dropped, chopped down on the knees. Kess is going to do a lot from that spot again towards the back of the side. Asana defends alongside it. Snakebite up and over, but there's a seize to really just mix in. It's a foul concoction with a util and a flash and a peek. 100 Thieves are ready for it. Biding their time, trying to slow this one down. It's nothing just Scuba and Even to do it all. And Scuba just unleashing the pit. In a 1v2 now, Spike available in the back pocket. He's been given that window at least with the curtain up, and he can make a bit of a mad dash and a scurry over towards B, but he's still going to try and take this one at a player disadvantage.
The pit's not doing anything for him here. Scuba's got to win this one by repositioning smartly. And first of all, it comes down to getting the read on where Xander and Asana even are.
Repositions. A lot of unknowns and question marks. Scuba's going to be thinking which direction they're coming from. 100 Thieves making sure to play this one doubled up. Asana putting his body on the line. He's the first one to get that tap out, and he's wide out into the open. It reveals the position. There's no kill claim. Scuba, he's desperate for it. Damage is done. Xander sticking onto the half. Gets off of it in time. It's a win con that's earned them NRG. Scuba, he's desperate for this one now. Just trying to earn those fights himself, but not freely given. And 100 Thieves wrap it up.
Plenty of opportunities there for Scuba to be able to win that one. Just letting it slip through his fingers. Pretty similar to earlier when he was in the 1v1 against Xander. I think there would have been some questions if Xander's taken over the IGL, and is it going to affect his individual performance? Well, he's 12-4, so doesn't look like it. Where's the coordination from NRG in terms of forcing that fight into Asana, though? There's a seize, there's flashes, but they're not actually swinging 2 of them at any point. They're just kind of trickling into backside on A, one by one by one. And 100 Thieves eat them up.
Beacon down.
Last round to get something done at all. That's a lot of body spotted. Cryo. Stick around for now, but the nade is going to be cleared them out. Snakebite to respond. No quick follow-up. Suppression's there. So tucking himself there. He's got a showstopper. Here in a scurry of it! And there's a target acquired. It's just a 1-for-1 though. Xander instant with the reposition.
Well played by Madder there to put his body on the line, actually.
Tanking it here. Kess has got a nose in. Playing with that one. Xander's tucking close just in case it's in the anti-flash position, but Som is just squaring up and taking these challenges. Flash overhead. EU feels that heat now coming his way. Nade overhead, but they haven't cleared out this area, and it's not even being watched for. Cryo! He's delivering death from above. Position's not accounted for. NRG left wandering, backs to these players. Drifting in and out, wondering what the hell they can do from this spot, and Sommer's left to do it in a 1v3. Weak as anything, and 9-3 is the way that this half is going to get wrapped up.
It's been gambles, smart, strategic gambles from 100 Thieves in terms of changing their roster, picking bind. They haven't had much practice, but honestly, with this defense half, you wouldn't be able to tell that much. They look pretty clean with what they were going for. The defensive re-clears, they look pretty sharp with their aim. Xander and EU, 23 kills to 10 deaths between them.
It's unreal from them, really. Hyper proactive from 100 Thieves. It's led them well, and we'll see how the end of bind turns out.
I know what you're thinking. Total glow up. What's her secret? Fine, I'll spill. I totally upgraded with Verizon. Everyone gets a free phone with any plan, even if you're already a customer, like me. Now I have Google Gemini. It's like a little glam squad in my pocket. Gemini, what eye makeup goes with this lipstick? I'd suggest a classic cat eye. Wow, setting the bar high for daycare pickup. Get in on this.
It's been unreal form from these 100 Thieves players when the expectations were, you know, frankly in the bin, I think, for this squad. When you bench your IGL on very short notice, you know, they barely had any time to practice or put anything together. And compared to NRG, I think a lot of people were expecting very good things, honestly. Realistically, this team is stacked with talent.
At the end of the day, they have both made pretty significant shifts, though, and this is their first outing in VCT again after making those. So, as I said in our pre-show, nobody knows nothing about Americas currently.
Hello,
and
NRG.
here's another aggressive pistol.
Very proactive. Manta! Let's loose. God almighty! Blink of an eye. Pistol round's done.
Pretty much the same pistol that 100 Thieves went for, actually. But NRG just smoke them. Maybe 100 Thieves opting slightly more into the fight as well. And if you're going to opt into it, well, you got to hit it. That Horn, too, just gets mega value. 3 assists, but 3 kills for Mata.
Sharp.
Who was, you know, down towards the bottom of the scoreboard. Took him a while to get started on this map, but now he's doing all right.
Yeah, rocketed near the top for his team.
And they needed that.
Yeah.
They really did. Because that attack half was slow, ponderous, and didn't really get much value.
Prowler, no connection. Just a head spotted though, and Mata, that's all he needs. Rifle in hand, fielded himself, very much so, with a pistol. Classics in your hands. Do you want to run into the judge? A lot of damage done. Brog, the regen shield's going to be kicking in through, wading into the smokes. Pretty much 100 Thieves looking to dominate that angle. Pick up an upgrade. The judge not going to be doing too much here though. These are players that are wrapping around and slowly closing in on 100 Thieves. NRG trying to ensure that there's no more mistakes from here on out. Attack forwards and a fight taken. Easily done. 3-piece for Som. Could have got a bit disastrous, but it isn't.
They managed to keep the judge as well.
Yeah.
Choosing to opt into that instead of the Stinger, so get that positioned over towards, you know, lamps, short, hookah, plenty of spots where you can make that work. Be pretty dangerous. The Brawl got overrun fairly quickly, actually, by the Eco. And this is a spot. 100 Thieves were trying to make their bonus happen. They barely did any damage, actually. It didn't matter in the end. They ran away with every rifle round. We'll see when the shoe's on the other foot what NRG have got for us.
Beginning. Smoke down. Snakebite overhead. Ethan forced to respect that.
And that's the kind of util that NRG didn't really have. Pushing people away from Octagon. Denying info.
Flash is good. You heard the satchel. They know that Asana's going to be lurking around. Potentially the brunt of the rest of their forces. Ethan, stray shots. Bucky. Some might be about to deliver and rain down death here. Bucky in hand. My God, Ethan. Just trying to supplement.
It's not bad.
Running away. It's not bad at all.
It's a lot of damage. Kess and Asuna are really weak off the back of that one. Quite a nice little bait and switch setup.
And do you really want to be walking into this one? Judge, shotgun, just, yeah, wrecks Xander. Made a mistake of stepping into that one. Rifle immediately picked up. There's players lurking straight below, but again, the gun's going to be pointing at the picture. EU trying to swivel all over the place there, trying to isolate those fights. Weaker weaponry matters not for NRG.
No charges.
Nice setup. Much more trying to bait 100 Thieves in rather than go for heavy re-clear stuff, but it really worked. Getting good use out of the light weaponry with a setup that I wouldn't imagine they'll be using much on rifle rounds. But everybody that had a light weapon really got involved here, whether it was with damage or kills.
Go on, Ethan!
And that's knocked 100 Thieves' economy down and set NRG really up for the comeback. I mean, this is on now.
Yeah, it is. Spirits are going to be high. Really holding against this one here, but there's a lot of players. Hold on, Asuna. What a shot. Rattles a shot onto Mana. There's a bit of a pincer play. A crunch occurring, an attempt of it at least. Bodies are toppling, though. Gun reclaimed. Kess's forwards. Lights out. Brings it to a 2v2.
Great pre-fire.
Scuba here in that footstep. Down forwards again. It's going to be the spike isolated. Drop down. Xander's got to do it now with just that Sheriff. Spots out where Som is hiding. Straight shot. Scuba's got it on lock. 2 rounds now, just the difference between these two teams. After that first half from NRG. Counting their lucky stars, but it's off the back of great turnaround.
Another showers crunch on an anti-eco. I mean, the previous one that we saw in the first half was actually a sand crunch, but still, really sending bodies through the teleport into committed positions. Both teams showcasing that they're not going to be respectful of their opponents when they're on that lighter weaponry. All right, fair enough. And Mada comes out with the operator as we head into a tactical timeout for 100 Thieves. This is where we start to see Zig's impact, I think. It's been a while since they've played Bind, but they'll have a bunch of stuff in the back, ideas of how they want to approach, and you could really make the best use out of your strat book here the first time that you're ever playing in Stage 2.
Sure.
There's no form of footage for your opponents to worry about. Any idea that you bring out here is going to be pretty much for the first time. But they need a round on the board. And the tempo is very different, isn't it? 100 Thieves kind of trying a lot of stuff early round, even if it's just for map control. But the map control comes with a lot of util. They're trying to fast take areas of the map and then maybe slow things down if they want. Whereas NRG were very slow at the beginning, anticipating some kind of defensive push and then either contacting up or slow lurking into positions. Quite a different approach. But a somewhat even game right now.
Yeah, and we'll see if 100 Thieves can get back in the driving seat. NRG, though. Take that time on a timeout. Mada, he's got the operator. He's got an ult as well to work with, so Mada could get aggressive here. Doesn't have to worry about being called out into the open too much. Spread slow default from 100 Thieves. This is newer from them.
That flash just slows down the 100 Thieves players from taking sand, so it buys time for Mada to get set up on long. A knife as well to clear out this showers area. But NRG might now want to go for a push, and that would go straight into EU.
EU's going to be meeting his match. Som, he had the help alongside him. Ethan was right there just in case the kill didn't go his way. Out through A short, though. Here's 100 Thieves now, ready and waiting. The time to strike nigh. They're going to be looking for it. There's a flash though overhead. This is going to be causing a whole lot of hurt. As soon as he hears that util, smoke splits up, divides up most of the site.
I'm liking the defensive utility. NRG look clean with it. They kind of boxed 100 Thieves in. The smoke is good, the flash was good.
Properly stalled them out here. Keeping it slow going and quiet. NRG are maneuvering a couple of players backing away. Orbital Strike was waiting. Kess wondering if he should offload it, but it's a call for the contact peek. Up forward, straight into the crossfire. Asuna, monstrous with that shot. Ethan's going to reveal his hand anyway. Straight there towards the side with a nade out wide. Cryo just hunts him down. Heads are rolling now. 100 Thieves trying to regain control. They've lost showers. They know it. Cryo's going to be hearing it with the footsteps. Mada, too smart. He's baited in, but he's missed the shot. Cryo just takes him out. Moving forwards now, it's methodical here, and Sommer's been essentially left alone. In a spot like this, he's looking for help. Scuba late on the rotations because they don't know where Cryo's wandered off to. Som matters into his own hands. Cryo from behind. It's instantaneous with the exchange. Scuba's left to do it in that 1v2. Oh yeah, Cryo not aware of that one. He was looking in a different direction. Time still ticking, but there's a chance. Scuba is going to go for this. Molly rebounds. Is it good enough here? Scuba's got half. Orbital Strike. There's nowhere to run. Microwave in Scuba. Anything to get the job done.
There you see Kess at least knows how to play that spot pretty well with the molly bouncing off the wall, following up with the ultimate too. Absolutely securing the round for 100 Thieves. Might have made things a little bit difficult, though. Had Mada actually hit the shot onto Cryo, that one, you know, there's a couple of kills in rounds like this that make the difference. That, I think, is one of them.
Kess is cold in that. You wouldn't think this guy is an initiated player with lineups like that.
Well, you also wouldn't think that he's kind of a brand new player when he's at top of the scoreboard for 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves are willing to just fall up, potentially explode out. Cryo's going to look to try and clear most of this way here. It's an Orbital Strike to slow down the approach. It's going to be offloaded by NRG. Plenty of ults, in fact, used at that point. A little bit of spam, though. It goes the wrong way for Brock. He's out wide into the open. Cryo sharp. Showstopper denied! Oh, looked out of the sky. Scuba! It's denied any opportunity for 100 Thieves. The rest of his team going to be backing him up mightily now. Scuba retreats, realizing he's lost the help of Som. They can leave this now into the 1v2. They can take this one together. Kess, hell of a challenge. It's ult in your face. You're going to be asked to do a lot from that spot. Obliterated.
Great use of ultimates in this round from NRG, but they didn't make the difference. Scuba did. How he managed to find the shot onto Asuna before Asuna's rocket came out, I've no idea. And then also following up for a second is magical. Oh!
Yeah, that's nice.
Asuna had just taken so much damage already by the look of things. But the follow-up kill is really lovely.
Obliterated.
NRG proving that they can play at that higher pace as well. As soon as Cryo went for the ult, NRG are all over it, and the gap goes down to 2 again.
Down to 2, chance to make it just 1. 100 Thieves knocked down to just pistols. Same util that Ethan's kind of used to here. He's going to use his own nade in response.
I do like the macro, though, from 100 Thieves. They're making it feel like there's a bit of breed pressure as they walk down short. The timing's nice.
Horn's broken. Stray shots, Brock. Just down the straight line of side angle. Sees the connection onto the clone. Prowler out wide on top of it to tap and attempt. 100 Thieves looking to pull some util out. Molly over the top, rifles from the side. NRG are taking this one to the firing line. The squad lining them all up. Scuba again.
The defensive util is so clean, though, too. NRG have always got smokes down that put pressure on 100 Thieves when they're planting. There's Brim Molly lineups flying in from Narnia through the wardrobe, whistling past Aslan's face and landing on default. It's really nice what NRG have got cooked on this side. I wasn't that big on what NRG was showcasing on their attack. Looked a bit piecemeal, but here, they're looking really good.
Yeah. Ready for the fast plays of 100 Thieves.
Much better quality half.
Instant pit drop down. We've seen that one before. It's going to be blocking out a short. Som very close to this angle.
They Maybe expecting some kind of flash through that one. They've been conditioning this smoke at the bottom of B long quite a few times. And 100 Thieves are heading in this direction, but just chose to let it expire. And Ethan is going to be critical in terms of his ult timing. Has to get info, but then can't get caught.
Be poking out. There was a chance. Could have lost his life. Going to nade, though, to replace that space. 2 stray shots as well. And Knife's going to be getting good info. There it is. 4 players spotted. That's the ult. Expended. No command down. He's going to be dropped down to his knees. Give it a bit of info, though, and time has been poured as well. With that molly dropped down. TP's abound. Chances for a pivot, but EU's got to do this alone here. Horn dealt with. Second player as well. Hot on his heels. Jumping away at him. 100 Thieves. Make it chaotic, make it scrappy, and eventually go for the full pivot over towards A.
In a 4v2 as well. With a pit, difficult to lose.
NRG are grouped up looking to make a play for this one. The money is good at the end of the day. Might want to be worried about building up more ults for 100 Thieves, but at this point they might make a go for things. At least spam a couple of bullets, see what you can get. You can fish out a player, makes it winnable.
Especially if it's Xander.
TPs. Still flying forwards as well, looking to deny most of that space. 100 Thieves should have this one completely on lock. Scuba drifting around now, but as that time, yeah, just drifts down closer. Beautiful work from Kess. Not feeling the nerves at all on this big stage.
No, he has been impressive mechanically. I wasn't familiar with the guy particularly, but everybody I talked to was praising his mechanics. And if you didn't get a chance to hear from 100 Thieves, they said that originally he kind of crossed their radar because they needed a short-term substitution for EU. Looked towards Kess, liked how he played, decided to bring him back in now when they had a vacancy in the roster. But take a look at the ultimates. Basically nothing online. Maybe a chance that you could get Kess's ult up if he's able to get the plant or something like that. But otherwise, this is just going to be a pretty raw round. 100 Thieves with a chance to get up to map point.
It's an equal exchange over to U2, but Brock will have to concede a lot of this space.
Both teams convinced that there's going to be some aggression around this B long smoke.
Waiting for it to dissipate. Going to replace it with that Viper Orb.
Prowler doesn't catch onto anybody, so they cancel the Showers Crunch.
Portal closed.
100 Thieves are steadily still split for now, but looking for picks, opportunities to creep closer, take a bit more territory. Pressure being made over towards B.
They are good at pushing back these B long players before they go into an A hit. It keeps 3 defenders on B. A lot of pressure now for Mada and Som to deal with.
Gonna try and stop this one. So Jiggle Beat just spotted onto the shoulder, rattled with the shots. But Assen has revealed his team's hands now. It's going to be going over towards A now, and he wants to send it full throttle. It's a double satchel all the way into the back. He's looking to supplement it potentially with that peek onto the horn, but the player's already out. Cryo's there and trying to make it work, and he makes it work. Almost single-handedly. Wrapping around from behind. Ethan could absolutely be playing. Spoiler, he's caught the one. Matters out. Lights out for EU. Cryo still answering back. Getting active into the fight, but there's no defense happening. And even had a chance to really just deny. Cryo, get back to it all. NRG. They come out on top. They make it just a 1-round difference.
100 Thieves got scrambled there. Their brains turned into an omelette, a mess in the pan. And NRG were everywhere. They were flooding into backside quicker than Asuna was expecting. And Ethan is in showers already. And Scuba's pinching from the opposite direction.
What is he doing?
100 Thieves just couldn't find a safe place to be able to work that. Cryo did a good job with his aim, fighting into backside, but like I say, positionally, they looked a little lost in the chaos. That's a big round for NRG to be able to pick up.
Yeah, it's massive.
Pulls the gap down. It also buys a bit of time for their ults to come online, but the ult cycle is going to be faster for 100 Thieves, and that honestly could make all the difference. Cryo 1 away. Kess 1 away. In terms of fighting for ult orbs, I think 100 Thieves have been doing a good job at taking B long and conditioning that they're going to be taking B long even if they end A. So I think it's plausible that they could head in that direction and prioritize getting Cryo's ult up, for example. Yoru ult in, get Kess the plant, play a post with the orbital strike. There's ways of using ultimates here before NRG get a single one online.
Anything to tip the scales.
But NRG will still have a bye. So, you know, it's not a disaster if NRG lose and 100 Thieves get up to 12. But if it happens the other way around and 100 Thieves' economy gets broken, I mean, look at the credits that they're working with. Suddenly, NRG could run away with the game.
Hit the satchel, bit of a boost up towards truck, so Som can playing on top of a perch.
Smoke's down.
Could be unexpected, but also Mada, he's got Cryo and EU on the other side. So I was talking about Cryo potentially playing for the B long orb. He might want to make a play for this one.
Som's out wide from this spot. Bit of jiggling occurring. Posturing from 100 Thieves. Looking for something. Prowler out through showers. 100 Thieves trying to take control of it. Cryo is one away from the ult. Nade rebounds.
You have to be
back.
You have to be a little bit worried about a showers crunch here too.
He's currently not in control of this one. Mada trying to go for that repeat. Prowler to assist.
Smoke's
He's
down.
pushed him back.
And this is all just a play for Cryo to be able to get his ult up, I think.
Yeah, dimensional drift will be very handy.
Right here. My ult's
Mada tucking himself into a one and done against a Yoru ult. I mean, that could go very wrong. The question is, does Cryo even bother clearing that spot? Because it's miles away from where he's going to be popping out through showers.
Popping out through showers. It's going to be onto these A-short players, I think.
seconds
Som, though, high-low setup. He's spotted the players anyway. Dropping down. Out into the open. Mada is cutting it up close! Overwhelmed! Swarmed by the players. Up through the back as well, Shorty! Cryo turns Brock into mincemeat. Som is there. Able to respond, but he's now going to try and hold this one back. And there's a player in your face. What is that? A jump spot. Not going his way, but the timing is poor. Kess leaps on it. Still not expecting it, but still adjust the aim.
Oh, Scuba nearly had the chance to be able to win that round, but 100 Thieves clutch it in the final moments. Again, Kess comes up big for them. 18 kills. There was some chaos happening there. The ult into the backside as well to stop rotators coming through. But Arsenal are alone, and you see a little bit of relief there, perhaps. NRG immediately take a time out of their own. The economy's not broken. I mean, we were looking at the credits before they went into that round, but it's not pretty either. And the ults still are not really yet online.
It's an ideal, but this is the round. They need to win 100 Thieves now up to map point. Bonko had his time to interject when 100 Thieves just took a time out of their own. A little bit more extra time on top of it.
Yeah, a few more seconds.
Yeah, when the weaponry is poor, you need an idea. You need something.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't have the kind of insight as to whether Bonkar's going to be giving them a set strat to run in this kind of moment. As somebody like that's what I would expect a coach like Chet to do, who NRG have worked with before, or whether it's to do more with adjusting the strategy, like, hey, we need to be, you know, if they go and pressure showers, let's make sure we're crunching on them. If they fight B long, let's make sure we're re-clearing that. You know, those kind of strategic adjustments that aren't necessarily set plays. There's double judge in this round. Two.
Second thoughts.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe not then. Scuba's replaced it with a Spectre. Rourke is a bit of danger, though, perhaps, over here towards Hookah. But a slow beginning from 100 Thieves, respecting NRG.
Mada, very aggro. Few bullets, warning shots. Trying to push 100 Thieves away. Still that slow default, all spread out here. 100 Thieves
really slow.
Yeah, really quite slow. Looking for a trap play, I think, expecting it potentially off the side of the time. Oh, Tifa, no. Shoulder peeks out, gives Xander that perfect timing. Wasn't the cleanest kill, but kill nevertheless.
Wasn't the cleanest movement, though, either.
Where are you?
To NRG's credit, they're not immediately scattering and losing their heads here, but they're slowly looking to regain some information towards short, trying to figure out where 100 Thieves are gathering for the hit.
Contact plays, pushed up, just slowly tiptoeing into the line of sight. Kess was holding it, but now backs himself out. Could be the perfect timing.
And 100 Thieves are going into Brock. Brock has the judge.
And this could be disastrous right now. Nice script, but exactly what NRG really needed. It's an orbital strike forward. Asuna is gone, and from behind, They strike. EU puts two of them into the grave. One left to really stand against here. Gonna sidestep around that with a snake bite forwards. Prowler from the side. Scuba is there. Xander to follow up, and Cryo delivers the final blow.
A map for 100 Thieves. One that they'd been comfortable on in the past, but we weren't sure what we were going to get today from them. Kess up towards the top of the scoreboard. In fact, at the top, 18 and 15.